Hey everybody, it's still so dark in my house. I hope y'all can see me. I'm sorry. Let me try to make one adjustment. Nope, still dark. Shoot. Okay, I don't know if that helped or not. But hey, hey everybody. Who's on with me? Type it in below so I can say hi to you. And thank you for joining me this evening. Who is that? I have one viewer. Woo woo. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, you don't want to say who it is? All right, it's cool. Welcome. It is LaDonna Bracy, the Chief Empowerment Officer of Lake Park Consulting and Reinvent University. Hey, Joyce. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. So listen, I'm not going to prolong the time, but I know you all saw the picture that I shared earlier of all that money that was spread out on the desk. And I want to talk to y'all about that. Can you see me okay? It's so dark in here. I can't even brighten it up. Had to come in my living room and do the video, but it's super dark. Let me know if you can see me okay. Anywho, all of the money that was spread out, the stacks that was spread out across that desk earlier. And what I want to do right now, I want to talk about it. Okay, thank you, Joyce. I want to share a story with you. I have a young lady that works with me who I actually consider her a friend. She's a really cool person, a really good friend. And she just happens to be my coworker, and we share a cubicle. We share a cubicle space. I won't say her name because she's a member of our group, actually. And we share a cubicle space. And about a year and a half ago, well, first of all, before I say that, if I had to describe my coworker / friend, I would say that she's a very creative person. She's the kind of person, she's very artsy. She even majored in that in college, the arts. She is very, very gifted, very talented with graphic arts and things like that. She could do anything graphically, anything with colors and palettes, all those types of things. That's her world, okay? So we both happen to be working for a nonprofit agency with a really great mission. And this young lady, she's been working there a lot longer than I have. Thanks for tuning in. Whoever that is, say hello so I can know who's on. So I want to say hi to you. But she's been working, my coworker, she's been working at the agency a long time, longer than I have been there. Again, very talented, very gifted. And she found herself, hey Joy, she found herself as I find myself sometimes, and I'm sure many of you may have found yourselves. She, after being in that place for so long, hey Arnita, after being in that place for so long, she just began to feel not fulfilled, disenchanted, discouraged, because she knew that she was not living up to her full potential. It was just, the job became, a paycheck, right? I show up every day, thank God for income, but I'm here, and this is not necessarily my life's calling. Okay, so I told you, I'm talking about my coworker, and I'm, hey Crystal, hey, No, it's on now, Crystal. I'm sorry, just got a message there. But I'm talking about my coworker. That picture of the money that I showed y'all, it wasn't mine. It was my coworker's slash friend. It was her stacks. Okay. Wait, I need the Joy, my Joy. Hey, Joy. Thank you for joining me, Joy. I love me some you. Was that better? Joy she always want to be starting something. I love you, Joy. You know I do. So I'm talking about my coworker. I'm talking about that picture I shared earlier, you all. Those were not my stacks. Those were my coworker stacks. And I'm going to tell you about it. She's a very creative person. She's a creative, just a beautiful soul, just a creative soul. And about a year and a half ago, she and I were sitting in our cube space, and she was sharing with me that she just felt like she needed to express herself creatively. You know, the job that we work is not a job that really celebrates you for what you do, you know, the contributions you make and things like that. It's not that type of thing, right? So it's easy to become discouraged. It's easy to, you know, look at your surroundings and be like, what am I doing here? What am I still doing here? Or whatever. You know, and I know some of y'all can identify with that. She began to share with me that she had an idea. She had an idea to start a t-shirt line. She wanted to start selling t-shirts. Okay. So, of course, y'all know me. As soon as I hear somebody say they want to do something purposeful like that, let's do it, right? I'm all for it. Let's go. Yeah, you can do that. Why not? You know, do it. So, you know, I would just encourage her to follow that and do that. And she began with an idea. Okay. So one of her very first t-shirt is so cool. Her saying on the t-shirt was, and I know some of y'all, I know for a fact, I've always wanted to get Joy this shirt because I know she's going to love it. But her saying on the shirt is she does graphic tees. Her saying on the shirt was, I'm not bougie, but I like nice shh. Okay. Ain't that cool? I'm not bougie, but I like nice shh. So shh could be whatever, shoes, whatever. Okay. And it was just such a cool idea. And so she began to create a graphic for that shirt, and she began selling that shirt. Okay. She began selling the shirt. Friends and family, you know, began to start supporting, you know, by buying that shirt. And she just began to go around to different vendors and things like that, different events or whatever, vending and events, selling that shirt. Now, a year and a half later, this young lady who I love, this creative soul, she decided, you know what? I'm going to go to the African Arts Fest here in Chicago. I'm going to be a vendor. So she and some friends, you know, put their money together because the booth rent was extremely high. So she put they put their money together, and she decided, I'm going to just launch out here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a vendor at this big event. Now, she started out with an idea, okay, with one saying for one graphic tee. And that was a year and a half ago. So a year and a half later, she has a few sayings now. She's developed a few ones. And one of my favorite ones she has a shirt that says, I act funny when I get my hair did or hair done or something like that, which we do, don't we? When we get our hair done, we like, what? Check it. Don't miss it. Right? We're all, you know, our self-esteem is all built up. We're confident. We know we look good. We're beautiful and all that. So that shirt speaks to that, right? She has another shirt that says, that's you. Yeah, that's me. And Tish does our hair, Arnita. So you know how when she does our hair, I'm in the shop like this in the mirror. Okay. So, she has another one with a stencil of Africa, and it says naturally dope. Okay. So she has all of these wonderful, creative, graphic t-shirts. She decided, I'm going to go to this African festival and I'm going to vend. I'm going to be a vendor. Let me tell you something. This young lady made more money in a weekend than she makes in a 2-week period. Did you hear that? She made more money at this 3-4 day event than she makes in a pay period. I could not be, I just happened to be at work today, and she was reconciling her weekend. She was laying her money out on the desk, counting it up, you know, figuring out, okay, I got to pay this one, I got to pay that one, and this is what I'm working with. She wasn't really paying us no attention, the people around her. I'm looking at her like, girl, let me hold 20, first of all. Second of all, this is a moment, because we sat right here a year and a half ago and you expressed what you wanted to do. You expressed what you wanted to do. And one step at a time, you implemented on your idea. You followed through on your idea. Okay? Following through on her idea, I can't even tell you the amount of money this girl made. It was a lot. Okay? But and it's not even so much the money. It's just the fact that she followed through. She followed through. And she was so encouraged by that. As a matter of fact, many of her items sold out at this event. Okay. A lot of her things sold out. I could not be more proud. I could not be more happy for her, because she's so deserving of it. And I took away quite a few lessons just from her story, just from that. And I want to share those with y'all tonight. The first thing that I want to say about her story is that sometimes you got to talk it out with somebody you can trust. She had this idea. I mean, we literally was just sitting in our cubicle, you know, complaining about work. Like, this is not it. I'm not made, you know, to just be here, to just come in here every day doing this little stuff and getting talked to crazy for this little money. And, you know, why we got to go through this? This is not my life. This is not it. Okay. What is my life calling or whatever? And she fleshed this idea out to me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one she told. I'm not the only one she told about it. But just, you know, we just had a moment where we talked about it. She talked it out of her head and just put it in the atmosphere. And I just happened to be there to catch it. I just happened to be the one to say, go for it, do it, right? Sometimes you have to get it out to somebody that you can trust to hold that. And also somebody that will encourage you along the way, because you have things in your head and it makes sense to you, or sometimes you just need to get it out and just put it in the atmosphere. You have to charge your own atmosphere with your ideas. You have to let it go from within yourself and put it out there. You have to speak into your own atmosphere. And so that's one of the biggest things that I got just from her story, her story is just still being told. And I'm so grateful that I have a front row seat to it all, right? So the first thing is that sometimes you have to talk it out, to somebody that you can trust. The other thing is that I learned about this story is that you don't have to have it all figured out. When she first got started, she knew she could draw. She knew she could create the graphics. She knew, as a matter of fact, she knew she had the idea of what she wanted to say. And she outsourced for someone to create what she wanted, right? And she just did things a little at a time, as she went on, it was like, oh, I need this. Oh, I need that. Oh, I need to know how to deal with this when this happens, because people will say they want to buy your product or service and then flake out on you. You know, so it was a learning process for her, and it still is. But she was so determined to go forth in what made her happy. You know, she was determined to not let the job drain her of her creativity and drain her of her life. She made a conscious decision to say, I have to do something different. I don't know all the pieces yet, but I have to make a move. Because if I don't make a move, I'm going to be stuck here, still complaining about the same stuff, because the stuff ain't going to change, right? That stuff, it is what it is. But, and that's how it is sometimes. Our circumstances don't necessarily change. Hey, P, what's going on? What's going on, P? You know, our circumstances don't necessarily change, but God changes us in those situations. And that's what began to happen to her. She didn't have all the pieces together. She didn't have all the t-shirts and the this and the that and the bags and the labels. And she didn't have all that. She had her idea, and she just moved forward with it step by step. Okay. So you don't have to have it all figured out. You have to launch out there sometimes. I'm telling you the truth. Sometimes you have to go. You just have to take what little you know and go and figure it out along the way. For real. Okay. The other thing I learned from her is that when you start out, especially when you start out in a business venture, you start out with family and friends, right? They're usually the first ones to buy your stuff. They're the first ones to attend your webinar. They're the first ones to, come to your book signing. They're the first ones to share your post or, read your blog or whatever it is. They're usually the first ones, but eventually you're going to have to venture outside of that. You're going to have to start reaching your target audience, your target client, your target customer, and your family may not be the target. Your immediate friends may not necessarily be the target. I mentioned that she went to the African Arts Festival here in Chicago to be a vendor, and praise the Lord, she went, to that particular venue to be a vendor and sold out. She sold out. Why did she sell out? Because her target customers were right in that place. Her audience was right there. She was giving them what they wanted. She's at the African Arts Fest, and she's selling these t-shirts that are Afrocentric, right? Naturally dope with a stencil of Africa on it. Come on now. She sold out of that one. You know what I mean? So you have to, family and friends will get you started, but eventually you'll have to venture out and really start to seek out the newness of where you're supposed to be. Where are my for real customers so I can give them what they want? Where are my clients so I can give them my solution, so I can give them what it is they need? Okay. So that was something that I got out of that too. The next thing I'm going to share with you is actually a quote from someone. I was at work, and I was at a training, and this lady said, I don't even remember the lady's name, but she was talking to some students, and she was encouraging the students. And what she said to them was, do what makes your heart sing and figure out how to get paid for it. This is what she said. She said, do what makes your heart sing and figure out how to get paid for it. Now, that's a mouthful right there. When you think of it, yes, precious, networking, not friend working. When you think about that statement, it's like, what makes my heart leap? Like, what is that thing that makes me, this is, my coworker calls her happy place. Okay, how can I get paid for my happy place, for being in my happy place? Some of us, our happy place is writing. For somebody else, their happy place is singing. For somebody else, their happy place is creating something. Like my happy place is, honestly, this is the honest truth. My happy place is creating written things like trainings and stuff like that. I love that. This is my happy place, doing this kind of stuff right here, talking to you in real time. That's my happy place. So how do we get paid? How can we monetize the happy place? Okay? Because look, those, God gave us these gifts and talents, right? And lately I've just been on this thing about streams of income. It's like, man, we got the streams in us. We already have our streams in us. How do we activate these different streams so we can start, first of all, flowing out, okay? Flowing out through our streams, flowing in our giftings, right? And then the influx or the income starts to come back to us for what we put out, right? It's like, how can we get paid for doing what we love to do? And really that's tied to your purpose, because your purpose is that thing or those things that you would do without even getting paid for it, without no thought to it. Like it comes so naturally to you. You just do what you do. You just do what you do. And then somebody like me is saying, hey, you can get paid for that, right? You should write an ebook. You should host a workshop. You need a Facebook group, right? I don't know what it is, but I just have that thing where I can pinpoint different ways that you can monetize your purpose. That sounds like a webinar, monetize your purpose. But the point is, do what makes your heart sing and figure out how to get paid for it. Somebody, some of you are good at managing things, managing people, managing processes. It just lifts you. It just makes you just flow in it with no thought. Yes, please connect with Precious. Please, I need to connect with Precious. Do that. What's your happy place? So, that's the thing. Do what you love to do, but figure out how to monetize that thing. Figure out how you can monetize it. I can tell you how to monetize it if you tell me what it is you love. Okay, for real. And you'll be happy, when you're flowing in what you love to do. That is your happy place. That's your happy space. You know what I'm saying? And what's that saying that says, do more of what makes you happy? Do that. Do more of that. Right? It's like we do what we have to do for employment. And let me just throw in here too. It's totally cool to love your job. If you work with somebody, you work for someone and you love what you do, that's God bless. That's cool. That's what's up. And I celebrate that. It's just, I just know that that's not everybody's reality, right? I want to be able to love, what I do as a career working for other people. I just know, the way I'm set up. I'm set up. And let me tell y'all what spoiled it for me. What spoiled me is I got laid off from the first nonprofit. This nonprofit I worked for, I got laid off. I had been there for many years, and I started a home daycare business. Oh man, I didn't know nothing about kids. I have 2 kids. I didn't know nothing about no kids. Okay. But I needed to make money. I needed a way. I needed to earn some income. So I started a home daycare business. I got to work from home, y'all. Okay. Yeah. Them kids was in my house, and it was a straight up transition, a straight up adjustment for all of us. I'm looking at them, they looking at me, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Okay. But it was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. And it wasn't the fact that, I love kids. I'm not that person. Some people are anointed to work with kids, and that's not my story. But that business was more for me to learn how to run a business. I'm passionate about business. Okay, so I don't know where I was going with that. I was making a point. I promise I was making a point. But Oh, what I'm saying is, I was telling you what messed me up. But and I ran that home daycare business. I ran that business for 3 years, right? 3 years. And the business closed, and I ended up going back to work. I closed the business and returned to work. So imagine now I done started my own business. I know how to do it. And now I got to go back to work. And y'all want me to do what? What, huh? I don't need this. What are you talking about? You want me to pick up the phone and you want me to go in the field? Who are you talking to? Oh, but wait, ComEd want their money. Okay. All right. So I got some act right, and I had to humble myself and do what I had to do. But I know that working for myself, ever since that daycare experience, I've been spoiled ever since, and I've been trying to get back to that ever since. So I'm saying that to say that if you are okay, working for, an employer and you love what you do, you still are operating in what you love and getting paid for it. Okay. It's nothing wrong with loving your job. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's just a big push toward entrepreneurship and all of those things. However, again, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Everybody's not trying to do that. Teachers love what they do. They do their job very passionately and they love it. And that's just an example of people who love their job. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that. I talked about taking the leap, or maybe I didn't, but my coworker, she's such a beautiful person. She bet on herself. She just was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. 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 And she did. This was a year and a half ago. Okay. She started, and let me correct it, because she started out, she used to stencil these art pieces, and she used to sell them. Okay. Some artwork that and it was so cool, just some cool artwork that she would just come up with, and she would sell these prints to people. Okay. And that led to, I think I want to put some things on a t-shirt. Some of you actually in this group sell t-shirts, want to start selling t-shirts. And I'm telling you, she is doing it, and you can do it. Even if let me take my glasses off for this. Whatever you want to start, whether it's business, whether it's book, whether it's losing weight, whether it's cleaning up your credit, whatever you want to start, you can do it. You can. Let me tell you something. I'm going to put the glasses back on now because I can't see a thing. Let me tell you something. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 8:18, that God gives you power to obtain wealth. You have the power to, whatever wealth looks like for you, you have the power to make that thing happen. I spoke earlier about the gifts and the talents God gave you. You have the power to activate those things. God is not going to activate it. He already gave it to you. He already gave you the talents. And it's up to you to not bury the talents. It's up to you to multiply them. Okay? He'll stir up, as a matter of fact, no, it says you stir up the gift. You stir it up. Okay? Stir up your gift. Whatever that thing is, whatever it is, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. I've told you all since day one, a lot of the things that I share with you guys, a lot of the things that I, encourage you to do, I'm either doing it right now or I've done it already. Okay. Many times I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it with you. So I'm not somebody that's just saying things to you, to get clicks, to get likes and shares and all that kind of stuff. That's important. But what's most important is that you take action toward your dream. That's what I care about. And, it's important to me to be just for real, to be straight up. Can I just talk like I talk? It's just important to me to just be straight up with you and give it to you how it is. Okay. And just, be there for you and just tell you, yeah, you could, why you can't do it? Why you can't have a thriving this or that? Why you can't, be on top? Because that's how that's where you're made to be. You can totally do those things. Do it. If you have the thought for it, it's for you to do it. If you have the thought for it, it's for you to do it. And not knowing is not an excuse. Not knowing is not an excuse. It's just not an excuse. For so many reasons. You can Google anything. You can YouTube. If them people can YouTube how to do them ridiculous squiggly eyebrows, come on. Come on. Not knowing is not an excuse. It does take work. Absolutely. It does take work. And that's the thing. That's what really sends me more than anything else. I'm talking to y'all and I'm talking to me too, okay? But do the work is not sexy to say. People want to, they want to go to conferences, they want to go to church, and they want to be lifted up. They want to be lifted up. Yeah, God gonna make a way. Woo! Girl, you a queen. You on fire. You can conquer the world. Yes, you can. And all those things are true. But as soon as they say, now, you got to stop eating sweets. You got to go work out. Yes, YouTube school was my best. That's what I'm saying. YouTube, who created YouTube? Thank the Lord for YouTube. Because you learn so many things. Saying to people that you have to do the work, that's not sexy. People don't want to hear that. They really don't. They don't want to hear their responsibility. When I go to church now, I've trained myself. I don't get, so caught up in what's being said all the time. I'm looking for now what I got to do. What's my part in it? What's my responsibility? Because you can't get so caught up in the emotion of things, because that's where we stay. That's where we stay. Woo! God gonna make a way. In 3 days, you gonna have this, and that. If you agree, click amen. You better get out of here with them click amen posts. You know what I mean? It's like we go, yes, Joy, you got to be disciplined. You have to do, first of all, not knowing is not an excuse. It's too many places to go to get information. Too many places to go to get information. Once you get the information, you literally have to plan your steps out. Even if you don't know all the steps if you don't even know them in order, whatever, you need to plan stuff out. You need to take a step, and then you need to take another step, and then you need to take another step. Ooh, press, you enjoy, and y'all preaching tonight, y'all. What Joy said, Michelle, listen here. You got to take another step, which is to Joy's point about being disciplined. You really have to do that. Can I tell you, losing weight is such it's not impossible. It's challenging, but it's not impossible. I talk about this a lot because that's one of the things that I'm for real working on. But you have to be disciplined. You have to do the work. Like if I could blink and wake up tomorrow 100 pounds lighter, woo, boo, come on. You know what I'm saying? You get up after you fall, because you will fall. You will fall. If I could, I'm telling you, I've fallen a lot. I fell down, but I keep getting back up because of the way I'm made. Because of the way I'm made, because who I belong to, because who I surround myself with. I got some heavy hitters around me. I keep heavy hitters around me. I keep people around me. And that's to my point I was getting ready to say, talk about accountability. Yeah, it's a long road and a full of hard work. Michelle says, start small. Everything is a process. Your process, what works for you. Come on with it. Where can I send y'all offering? I'm telling you right now, everybody's process looks different. Everybody's process looks different. I'm telling you right now. It really does. But you gotta start somewhere. And that's the whole point of this video. You know, my coworker, she just had an idea. She just expressed her idea. She put it in the atmosphere. This is what I'm thinking about. What do you think about that? This is what I want to do. And I told her to go for it. And I'm sure other people in her life told her to go for it. And as a matter of fact, it was some people in her life that told her, girl, I don't know. But she was like, no, this is what it is. I'm going for it. Yes, start somewhere. You have to go for it. You got to start somewhere, because what if you don't? What if you don't? You're going to look up a year later and be like, oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Am I where I think I should be? You know, no, no. It's always, yes, thank you, Joy. It's always room for improvement. It's always work to be done. And a big part of this is accountability. Accountability. Me personally, you know, having the goal of losing weight, I know how I am. I know this is one thing that I'll start and stop. Other things I'll see through to completion with no problem. You know, you need me to write a chapter for a book, boom, it's done. You need me to design a course, you know, some curriculum, boom, it's done. But the weight loss, you know, being consistent and things like that, I already know. So I have people in my immediate circle who hold me accountable. You know, drinking water. Did you know, what you want today? How much, you know, water did you drink? What are you eating? What is that? Try to eat. Let's do this. Let's try this. How about something green today? Let's try that. You know what I mean? And not in a judgy way and sometimes it is, you know, a difficult, you know, thing, because sometimes people have to say to me, hey, hello, no. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and I have to be all right with that. You know, yes, it does challenge me. I'm telling you, everything else, yes, administrative things come very easy to me. But go to the gym, and I don't have time for that. You want me to go the elliptical? That's what you want me to do? Oh, okay. All right. Right. So that's how I am with that kind of stuff. But I want to get to the point where I love it. I want to get to the point where my desire is to go clean, is to eat clean on a consistent basis. And let me tell you this, when I see, when I'm in a grocery store and I'm in a produce aisle, that makes my heart sing. Like, I love that stuff. But to do it on a consistent basis, that's where, you know, it is a mindset shift. That's where breakthrough has to happen, because you know, it affects other areas. I know that once I get that together, other areas of my life are going to explode exponentially. And so, that was real personal. I just shared that with y'all. But hey, this is what we do here. Yeah, that's true, Arnita. I have that same issue with a knee. I got a knee problem. And so, but it's to a point now where it's difficult to walk. Ooh, I'm real personal. Hold on. Wait, let me bring it on in. But no, seriously, it's to a point now where my knee is hurting all the time and walking hurts. I'm like, I'm too cute to be having hurt knees. I don't have time for that. Where's the green smoothies at? Like, where? Okay, Tabo. Let me tell you, I still use my Tabo DVDs. I ain't, you know, I use what I got right here. And that's another piece to it, is tapping in right to the resources that you already have, you know, right within your reach. You know, not knowing something is not an excuse. You know, you have what you need right in your atmosphere. I can go right now downstairs and pull out the DVDs, my Tabo, yes, Joy, pull out my Tabo DVDs. Billy, what's the crazy one name? He's so crazy. Hip Hop Abs. What's his name? Sean T. Ooh, he's a psychopath. But them oh yeah, I do want to try yoga. I tried yoga one time and I ain't went back to it since because I couldn't walk for 2 weeks after that. But I want to go back to it. I want to try it again. Yes, Sean T. He's a nut job. But the videos are so fun. You know, once I get done cussing at the TV, you know, I can still, you know, get into it. But I use what's in my atmosphere. I know how to make green smoothies. It's just a matter of doing it on a consistent basis, right? 80% nutrition, 20% working out. If you eat clean and park in that far space, and yep. See, do y'all see Joy's comment? This is who I have around me. Heavy hitters like that. I can't even, you know what? I almost said I can't even try insanity. Let me take that back out of my insanity. I would definitely have to build up to something like that because he's a nut for real. Yeah, that's what I hear. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, using the resources that are right around you because our dreams have to become our reality. They have to. We can no longer afford to sit, you know, around, you know, watching everybody else progress, and we want to progress, but we're scared or we feel like we don't know or, you know, or whatever, you know, these excuses that we tell ourselves. Yeah, that's what I do, Michelle. I put I bag up my smoothies and throw them in the freezer. So in the morning, I just grab it, blend it up, and go out the door. That's what I do when I'm doing it consistently, which I'll be starting back consistently. But, you know, the picture of my coworker's stacks on her desk, you know, it was amazing to see, you know, getting back to, you know, what we were talking about in the beginning. It was amazing just to see, you know, that's the evidence of her going after her dream. It's the evidence of her saying, I'm going to do it. It's the confirmation that you're on the right path. You know, when people, when people, I'm going to come back to that, Joy. When people, man, when you sell your first item, it's nothing like that. Like when somebody sign up for your newsletter or you sell your first item or somebody attends your event, oh my God. Like I hosted my first event 2 years ago. Never hosted an event in my life other than entertaining at my house, right? But a structured event like that, I had never done anything like that before in my life. When I sold the first ticket to the event, I was like blown away because it confirms that I'm doing what I'm offering something that somebody needs and somebody thought enough to say, I gotta have this. I have to be there. I know what she's about and I need this. I need to be there. You know, when somebody likes a post, when you all tune in to the live stream and comment, you just don't know what that does because that's confirmation that yes, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm offering up the solution that somebody needs. I'm flowing in my stream. I'm in my happy place. They getting what they need, and yes, they are wanting for more. And when they keep showing up for things like this, it's like it's confirmation because sometimes you just don't know. Joy said her goal next year is to vend at the African Fest. Yeah, Joy, do it. I'm telling you, do it. The product that you have will sell out. I'm telling you, sell out. Especially if you and Shannon do it together with her product, your product, y'all will sell completely out. I'm telling you, do it. You know, Listen, when you all show up like this, when I do things, you have no idea what that does for me, because some days you just don't know. Some days I'll be ready to deactivate the group, and just stop the business and all other stuff, because I'm like, oh my God, maybe they don't, but things like this lets me know, yeah, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and get in place, get in place. So it's not going to be easy all the time. It's not going to be, even, in business, you're not going to have them stacks all the time, but it will come. It will come with consistency, with discipline, with getting out there stepping out on faith. It will come. And you are, you flowing in your happy place. And when you flowing in that space, the money is going to come to you. You're going to have everything you need. Let me tell you, you got to understand and know that if God gives you something to do, he's going to provide everything you need to do what he wants you to do. As a matter of fact, my business, I have Reinvent University. That's what we have here. And I have Lake Park Consulting. And God has shifted that business into something totally different. Can I tell you that the things that I don't know, God has been sending my way. God has been sending the information my way. And so it's up to me to learn fast and do what I need to do, because he is moving me in another direction. Please know and understand, when it's meant for you to do something, not knowing is not an excuse, and not having is not an excuse, because you will have it. You will have everything you need to do what God has assigned you to do. He's not ever going to just throw you out there. Never will he leave you by yourself, just dangling in the wind. That is not God's character, ever. He will never leave you nor forsake you, ever. And so whatever it is that he's assigned you to do, yes, it will show up. Whatever he's assigned you to do, whether it's go back to school, whether it's write your book, write your whatever, sell your products and services, whatever it is he has assigned you to do, trust and believe and know he's going to give the resources for that. He's going to give. He did it before. He will do it again. You done been, hungry, and you didn't know how you was going to pay certain bills, and God, made a way. You got a check in the mail, or sometimes, people will, bless you financially or whatever. Yeah, it's scary, Arnita. It is scary. It is scary. I ain't going to lie to you about that. But guess what? There's a difference between being courageous and being fearful. Being courageous means being scared and doing it anyway. I mean, what really do you have to lose? Like, for real, when you think about your thing that you're scared to do, what if you don't do it? What really? I mean, woman of God, listen. All I got to do, I got to take my glasses off now. Because, listen, I'm going to just keep it for real with y'all. We don't get the right to tell God we ain't going to multiply what he gave us. That's illegal for us to do as believers. For real. He's expecting a return on his investment in you. So really, it's up to you. Like, you don't get to stay in your fear. You don't get to, because he didn't give us a spirit of fear, right? So, and I know, people quote that all the time. God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but he gave us power, love, and a sound mind. It's true, but listen, I think it comes to a point where we are fearful and it becomes selfish because it's about us. We make it about us. And the thing is, it's not so much about us, but it's about who we're assigned to. because all of us have people assigned to us, even if it's the people in our house. All of us have people that need us to move forward, right? It's like when you're driving down the expressway, people can't get behind you if you darn near stopped, right? They can't go around. They can't do anything because you're stopped or you're stalled or you driving too slow. You know, they got to go around you, you know, or whatever. And it's like, it's not so much about us. And so we have to find ways to get past us, you know, and pray for strength as we move forward, because you got to move forward. You got to progress. Yeah. False evidence appearing real, you know, and it's not to say that you're not going to be fearful, because that's not realistic. You are going to be afraid, you know, but it comes down to, do you rest in the fear, or do you say, you know what, woo, this is something else, but let's go. Let's do it. Let's just see. You know, I just read an article today about the new CEO of Uber, and he used to be the CEO of Expedia, and he wrote a parting letter to his Expedia staff, and he said, yeah, I'm about to go do this thing at Uber, and I'm scared. That's what he said to his staff. He was like, I'm going to do something new, but I'm scared. But he said, you know what? I got to go out of my comfort zone. And sometimes I have to go out of my comfort zone and find out what I'm really made of. I got to be stretched so that I can, you know, find the muscles that I didn't know I had. Okay. And so that's the process for us. But on the other side of our process, the people that are attached to us, they get their answer. And we don't have the right to hold back somebody's answer. We just don't. We don't. That's selfish for us to hold back somebody's answer. And so you are somebody's solution. Your life is somebody's solution. Your testimony is somebody's solution. Your achievements is somebody's solution. Somebody's watching you, whether they say it or not. Somebody's watching you. And so you have to make a decision with your future. You have to make a decision with, should I go after what makes my heart sing, you know, and figure out how to monetize what makes me happy, you know, or whatever it is. So you just got to do it. But the thing about it is, you have to have certain things in place. You have to have accountability. You have to have people around you that you can share these things with, that you can, you know, bounce your ideas off of. You have to have people around you that are willing to pray for you, you know, willing to intercede for you, but also pray with you, through your process. You know, you have to have people, you know, you got to get you some heavy hitters. Everybody need a dream team. Everybody need a personal board of directors. Everybody needs that. I mean, you need some people that will go to bat for you. You know, everybody, I just said this the other day, everybody need a Tommy on Power. Everybody needs somebody that will just go straight gangster for you in the spirit. Everybody need a Tommy. You know, you need somebody that's going to have your back. Just have your back. You need that. But like it was mentioned earlier, like Joy mentioned earlier, you have to be, you know, you have to be disciplined. I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me. You know, you have to actually do the work. You have to do the work and you have to be disciplined. And I know, you know, work is not, you know, it's not the thing that we want to hear all the time, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Faith without works, you know, is dead. I say that all the time, but it's not my words. That's y'all know that's the word of the Lord. So we have the faith, but we have to marry it to the works so that we can see some things happen. So I hope this has been helpful tonight. You know, any questions before I go? I sure enough thank y'all for joining me tonight. I sure enough appreciate y'all being here, because I'm telling you, them stacks, when my coworker laid them stacks out on the table, I was like, girl, let me hold 20. I still didn't get my 20. I'm going to have to revisit that tomorrow. But I was just so proud just to see, just to see the evidence. That's really what it was all about. The evidence. And I just captured the moment. I'm like, girl, do you understand what's happening here? This is a moment, just to see the evidence of what we talked about, what we talked about a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, this girl said, I think I want to do some t-shirts. And here she is now, clearing some big money in one weekend. More money than she makes in a 2-week paycheck. Okay? All because she took that leap a year and a half ago. So look, where am I going to be a year and a half from now? Hopefully, prayerfully, I'm speaking into the atmosphere. I will be 100 pounds lighter. Yep, I sure will. Okay. Because, I didn't put this weight on overnight, and I'm realistic about the fact that it's going to take some time to, get to where I'm supposed to be. But when I get there, okay, I'm having a moment. You know what I'm saying? So I got some heavy hitters. I got my personal board of directors that are always cheering me on, always holding me accountable, always giving me good information. Yes, let's do this, and I'm confident in the fact that God's got me, number one. And number two, I can do anything. I can do anything I want to do. And that's key. I really can do anything I want to do. Anything. Because God gave me power to obtain wealth. And whatever wealth looks like for me, I got what I need right in my atmosphere to make it my reality. All right. And so do you. So do you. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I want y'all to check out my friend. Her Facebook page is Art Defines Me. ART Defines Me. She's an artist. Art Defines Me. She's on Instagram at Art Defines Me. And you'll be able to see her t-shirts. They're beautiful. I definitely want the t-shirt that says, I act funny when I get my hair done. Because that is me. Who else is that? I know it's somebody else in here too. The t-shirt that says naturally dope. And as a matter of fact, she does onesies, for babies. The onesie sold out at the event, naturally dope, and, no, her name is Doretha. She, what's the other t-shirt? I'm not bougie, but I like nice. Shh. Yes, her t-shirts are just too much. They are just too cute, all of that. They are all of that. And when I get don't talk about the shellac. I got to go get this shellac off my nails right now. Thank y'all so much for being here. I sure appreciate you. Yeah, go get it. Go get it because I want to hear all about it. I love y'all so much. Stay tuned because I'm going to have some really cool things to announce coming. Yeah, I need that shirt too. I'm telling you. And yes, that's your type of shirt, Michelle. That's your type of shirt. And her Art Defines Me. That's where she is on Facebook. And she's a member of our group. Her name is Doretha Hill. Art Defines Me. And on Instagram, she's at Art Defines Me. ART Defines Me. Okay? So check her out. Get your shirts because she's, listen, if nothing else, she's just an amazing person. She's an amazing person. And we want to support each other. Michelle, you got some stuff going on too. I sure enough can't wait to be able to announce those things. You just let me know when because you got some stuff going on too. But okay, thank y'all. I need to please reach out to Precious Brown. Anyone in here who is interested in writing a book. Anyone interested in being part of an anthology. An anthology is what I was a part of. That was when co-authors they all come together and write a book. That's what that is. Precious, her her publishing company. She churns out bestsellers. Okay. Not only is she gonna help you tell your story, but she's gonna help you become an Amazon bestseller. So, okay, love you, P. So check out Precious. She's right here in our group, Precious Brown. Check her out, and connect with her. Okay, and it's so many talented, gifted people. Michelle is like the project management all-star. She's like a superstar at that stuff, and she has some additional things that she's fly at. But she is the transition 3. That's the next installment that's coming up. Reach out to Precious, y'all. But Michelle Hardy, she has got it going on with this whole systems and project management and all these kinds of things. Joy Basley, baby, y'all better know and understand. Okay, thank you, Michelle. I wanted to announce that. Joy Basley, her and her sister have these body scrubs and lotions. Baby, you ain't never smelled nothing like it. Yes, yes, yes. You want to, it's so many gifted and talented people in this group. Precious is, let me talk about Michelle. She got a shoe collection coming out. Baby, where they do that at? Somebody creating their own shoes? Come on, somebody. I can't wait to, Michelle, just show me, send me a picture, send me an image, share something in the group so we can, you need that body scrub, P. Michelle, share something in the group so we could celebrate that shoe collection that's coming out. Transition 1, that's the book, that's the series that I was in. Sold in Japan, sold in Trinidad, sold in the UK. Come on, can somebody say I'm an international bestseller? Boom, check it, don't miss it. Give God some praise. Okay, I mean, we just have it. We got Candace Laundry in this group. We have Joyce in this group. Both of them are mental health gurus. Come on, we got some of everything and some of everybody in this group. So not knowing is not an excuse. Not knowing something is not an excuse. We even got people in here. Joy Basley actually is the clean eating. She's the go-to person for that, and she has lost a gang of weight, and she's helping other people like me do the same thing through clean eating and exercise. I mean, come on. We cover the gamut. With what we have in this group, nobody is lacking. Nobody is lacking for information. All you have to do is ask the question. Use hashtag question and just ask. Because if it's not here, we go get it. Okay? We go get it. So that's what we do here. Yes, God is a provider. Michelle, please share an image of your shoes because they are fly. Yes, Joy is, she's amazing. And here's the thing about Joy. Like, she's not like and she'll tell you, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. All I'm telling you is what I've learned, and I'm sharing my journey with you, and you can do with it what you will. I hope you use it, but this is what worked for me, and I want to share this with you. And it's good, sound information. She never gives us information that she hasn't researched herself or that she hasn't used herself. And it's just watching her journey has just been amazing. When I tell you it's amazing, I wish she would share her before and after. Joy, please share your before and after photos right here in the group. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. It's amazing. When you see her before and after, you'll know and understand. It's amazing. So that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. The time is spent. I'm hungry, and I know y'all got stuff to do too. But we got a shoe collection. We got a publisher. We got a clean eating expert. We got mental health experts. We got writers in here. Crystal Tillman is the bomb diggity. I'm so waiting on her. She already is doing Crystal, you got a blog, but she has some things that she does to support writers. Crystal, you and Precious need to connect too. She has some things where she supports writers. Crystal shares on her page, Dream Writer, she shares writing resources all day, every day. So it's no excuse. Again, not knowing something is not an excuse. Okay. Oh, I love you too, Michelle. You know you're my girl. I love you too. Thank y'all so much for being here, hanging in here with me. I love me some y'all, and I'm looking forward to the great work we're gonna do together, and I'm looking forward to the before and after that I'm gonna see in you. Okay. Thank y'all so much. I'll talk to y'all. Mwah. Bye.